you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here in the kitchen per usual because this should honestly just be a series because all I do is stay in the kitchen and cook and bake because I love it, I guess. So today I'm making enchiladas. I thought I'd just film myself. Excuse me. I'm not gonna explain everything because that'll just be long and boring. But basically I'm just gonna shred some chicken, make enchiladas, make the sauce, throw it in the oven, that kind of thing. I also made some salsa. I made some salsa last night. I'm gonna shred my chicken on it if you guys can see it on here, but I made some salsa last night, and so I'm gonna have that with it. I'm really excited. I love Mexican food. It's so good. The salsa I made literally tastes just like the restaurant. Like, if you guys want the recipe, I can definitely share that with you guys. It was just something I found online, but it was so good. It was literally so addicting to eat. But currently I'm watching this new baking show. So if you guys couldn't tell by now, I absolutely love cooking and baking, and as I've said before, I love baking more. But I used to love Cupcake Wars. I don't know if you guys watched that. I literally watched, I think, every single episode that was ever out or aired. I love Cupcake Wars, but that's I stopped watching when the host and the judges and all of them changed, just because it wasn't the same, and it was I think at that point I could watch it again now, but at that point I had just watched too many episodes in a row that I was over it. But what I'm trying to say is the new show I'm watching is a Netflix original. Sorry, I don't know why I paused there. Is a Netflix original. It's the Sugar Rush, really similar to Cupcake Wars. They still have one of the judges, Candace Nelson. She's like the Sprinkles Cupcakes owner. But they have her, and then they have some Australian guy, and then I hope I don't sound ignorant saying that, but I didn't really know who he was, but I'm not really informed on who the bakers are. I know who all the chefs are that constantly come on Chopped and Cut Their Kitchen, because I also love those shows. They're hilarious and also just so fun to watch. But anyway, and then they have a guest judge. So it's just like Cupcake Wars, where they have 4 groups compete, and it's not just cupcakes though. It's cupcakes confectionery and then cakes at the last round, I think. I've only watched one episode, but it's so good, and I know I'm going to finish and binge this the 2 seasons that they have. I love this show already. It takes me back Cupcake War days. So just throwing this on here. I'm very passionate about that show, if you guys couldn't tell. Yeah, let me get some cheese. This is a recipe my friend's mom had. She I think she also just had a recipe of it just saved from a long time ago, and I had it at her house a few times, and I was I'm obsessed. I need the recipe because it's literally just cheese, chicken, and whatever else you want to put in. I kind of like to put tomatoes and red onions in it, but we'll see. I don't really feel like chopping a whole bunch. Why can't I open this? I'm only going to make 2 today. I probably don't need more than 2. I should definitely just make this a series because I'm literally baking and cooking once, twice, 3 times a week. A lot. Not always cooking a full meal, but helping out in the kitchen. If I'm baking, I'm definitely just baking a full thing. I kind of know how to use a can opener, but I forget sometimes. It's not I know, but I don't. I kind of just have to guess a couple of times. I know a lot of people have the same problem. It's not just me, I think. It's supposed to I've opened cans on my own before. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble today. twist a couple of times. I think this one's kind of like old, so we have to twist it a couple of times, but it's no problem. Alright, I guess it wasn't that good, but that's it. I promise, once it's all put together, it's so good. The thing about this recipe is you can literally just play around with it like however you want. Like you don't have to put in the things that I put in, like there's nothing wrong with putting some tomatoes in there because I love tomatoes and I feel like they're a big staple in Mexican food. Okay, actually I lied right there. I don't really love tomatoes. I'm really weird about tomatoes. Can't explain it, but like in Mexican food I like them, but I can't just like eat them naturally whole. Like cherry tomatoes, they freak me out. But tomatoes like this inside Mexican food, I can do it. I don't love how ripe this tomato is. Like, is there such thing as too ripe of a tomato? I mean, I guess I'm sure there is, because everything shouldn't be too ripe. I'm sure it's edible, but I don't. Kind of freaking me out a little bit. Okay, so maybe I won't really put that many tomatoes in here. That was a bit of a failed attempt. Okay, definitely should have preheated that early on, but I didn't, so that's what that is. Now I'm just gonna roll them up, and then they'll be ready to eat in like 25 minutes. And in the meantime, I'll have some salsa. Okay guys, this is the spread. I have my homemade salsa, my enchiladas, the chips, and of course I'm watching Sugar Rush, as I said, so excited to eat this. Let's do it. Dad got a new tent. And he set it up in his room, or our parents' room. It's a 3-person tent. It looks iconic. I love that he just set it up in here. My mom was like, what even? But he has a great setting already. He's gonna sleep in here tonight, and he said we should all do it. But he already has a tent, but he was like, I need a smaller one because he has a 10-person tent, and this is a 3-person tent. So this is a tour of his little tent. And he just casually set up, just a day in the Choi household. Okay, so today's gonna be a random vlogmas, whatever footage I got today, I don't even know. I feel like I'm in the kitchen all the time, so maybe it should actually be a series. Today I made some salad, but I didn't show it, or I showed part of it actually, I forgot. But it's not finished because I didn't have all the ingredients, so tomorrow I'm going to go get them. So I'll finish that, and I baked cookies. I basically bake cookies every night for my parents and sister. What else did I do in the kitchen? I think that's it for today. This is a great angle. Honestly, I look crustier and crustier in my videos. But whatever. But yeah, I think that's it. I didn't actually spend that much time in the kitchen, but I just have some random footage from today. I know I do because it was just a chill day. But going to watch Sugar Rush Christmas edition. That's what I found out. I didn't know there was already a Sugar Rush. And the one I was watching was all Christmas themed, and I was like, this is so great. They must be doing this for the holiday season. But then I realized that the one I was watching was literally Christmas edition. So that's the one I'm watching. I absolutely love it. If you guys liked watching Cupcake Wars, 10 out of 10 recommend. Like, it's so good. So I'm gonna watch that. Okay guys, so I thought I'd share my Apple 2020 replay. It's not Spotify Wrapped, I know, and I know people are gonna come for me for that, but honestly, there are a lot of reasons why I use Apple Music, and it really just comes down to the fact that it's easy. I'm not gonna explain myself further, but anyway, I thought I'd share it just because it's fun. I'm going to go ahead and say that I am basic. I know it. My music taste is basic. I can't help it. If it's in the top charts, I love it. Like, I can't help it. Like, that's what I listen to. I have the taste of a 13-year-old girl, like middle school girl. I know it, but that's just how it is. So I'm just gonna share it, and I'll try to explain or justify some of what I'm listening to, but whatever, let's do it. I didn't really listen to a lot of music this year because usually I listen to it in the car, but I just haven't been in the car a lot this year, obviously, because I've just not been traveling as much. So at number 1, we have Ring. I loved that album. I know a lot of people did not love that album as much, but I really did. Honestly, Selena Gomez is underrated. My friend and I talked about it. Her songs in the past have always been good, and honestly, these songs recently have been great, so I love that. So 2 and 3 are from Billie Eilish, just because I know that song is kind of old, but I discovered Billie Eilish late, kind of. Like, I know her other songs, but I just never liked them. But my friend introduced me to these 2, which I know I'm really, really behind on. And so I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to listen to it because I love them. Obviously, Dua Lipa. Okay, let me explain this one. I love Surfaces. I've loved Surfaces before TikTok made it, like, such a big song, like, or a big, deal. Like, I know Sunday Best became really big, but look, see, Surfaces is on there. It's not just Sunday Best. I did listen to that. See, my second most listened to album is Horizons, which was their new album this year. First one was Rare. But yeah, so I just want to say that I listened to Surfaces before it became mainstream. I really actually like their other music, so if you guys haven't listened to the rest of their music, I definitely recommend. I am a little embarrassed that that's my top song from them, but it is a good song. Okay, Blueberry Faygo, that is strictly because of TikTok, and I will admit to that. You Should Be Sad, Halsey, great. More from Selena Gomez's album. Honestly, I really liked that album. I didn't know I liked it that much, but it makes sense, I guess. Ed Sheeran, Divide is his best album, and I know a lot of people don't like Ed Sheeran for whatever reason. He has great music. You guys are sleeping on him. Tate McRae, You Broke Me First, great song. Discovered that off TikTok too. And honestly, she's come like a super far way because of that, I think. So go off. More Dua Lipa. Okay, 2020 was the year of Renegade, and I can't explain. I get a lot of my music from TikTok, and I'm ashamed to say. But I will say I did know about K-Camp before this song. Like, I do have other K-Camp songs in my phone. So, I think, yeah. So, I'm not going to go on, but there's more Surfaces, Selena. It's just basic music. I'm not proud of it. There's just random music here that I just listened to. So, these are my top artists. Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Surfaces, Ariana Grande, Dua, which is very fair because I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift and a lot of Surfaces, Selena Gomez, as I said. I keep getting texts. I'm going to have to erase that or, like, blur it. Okay. And that sounded really, like, so I'm sorry. I did not mean to make it sound so, like, I got so many texts. I just meant it like I keep having to press away from them. Sorry. Anyway, so top 10 albums. Rare, obviously. Horizons, Lover, great album. Not my favorite album, but she put it out this year, which is why I love it. Obviously because my top 3 songs, 2 of them were hers. Divide, like I said. Thank You Next, great album. Still a great album. Future Nostalgia, I really did like a lot of songs from there. Folklore is up there. This strictly because I listened to like 2 songs off her album, but I do like Camila Cabello. And 10 is Positions, which I'm surprised is up there, but I loved it. But yeah, so that is my Apple Music Replay 2020. That's all I'm going to say about that. I know my music taste is poor, but I don't really care. So, okay guys, while we are on the subject of music, I wanted to share, so I did like an Instagram story today because I was bored and I was having so much fun with it. I asked my friends like I'm sorry I look like this. But anyway, I asked my friends like what is your favorite Christmas song, because I love Christmas music. I listen to it before Thanksgiving. I don't care if you think that's wrong. I think it's right.
I listen to Christmas music literally until the last possible minute that I can, and start like the first possible moment that I can. So with that in mind, I just love Christmas, like favorite holiday like ever. So I just wanted to share my friends' Christmas list suggestions. Some of them I already had on my playlist because of course I have a Christmas playlist on Apple Music, since you guys all know I'm an Apple Music user. I feel like that's like a shameful thing to share. But you know what? I've been an Apple Music user and I probably will stay being a Apple Music user. And I recognize that Spotify is better, but you know what, a lot of reasons come down to why I use Apple Music, but I just do. But anyway, that aside, I'm going to share some of the responses because I just had so much fun saying them. So we have Drummer Boy by Justin Bieber. This is from my friend Emily B. I said that of all the songs, I thought Drummer Boy was her favorite. No shame in that. A little bit of shame because, you know, there are just so many great songs and Drummer Boy wouldn't be my first choice. But she said by Justin Bieber. So I think that's a more acceptable answer. I wouldn't say it would ever be in my top 10 even, but I think it's a respectful answer because Justin Bieber's Christmas album is really good. Number 2, we have White Christmas by the Drifters. So that's by my friend Emma. She loves that song specifically because of the little like scatting they do in the middle, which I think is a really cute reason to like the song, but I already had that song on my playlist because of her. We have Santa Tell Me, which obviously a great song. What Child Is This by Andrea Bocelli and Mary J. Blige. So I didn't know that song existed, so I'm glad my friend put me on that. That one was by Abby, the last one was by my friend Alex. But I didn't know that existed, so I added that to my playlist. My sister said 25 by Tori Kelly, and other than that, Justin Bieber's, which I knew she liked Justin Bieber's Christmas album like the most, but I don't even know what song that is, and I live with her, so I guess I'll have to give it a listen. We have Feliz Navidad, obviously. That's by my friend Emma, another friend Emma. My friend Katie said JV's Mistletoe, which best Christmas song from Justin Bieber ever. Like, nothing will top that one. She also said Sleigh Ride because it brings back memories of when we were in orchestra. That's all I'm gonna say about that, actually. But I actually really like the song Sleigh Ride by Ronettes. That's literally my favorite Christmas song currently. I don't know what it is, but this year I was like, this is the song of the year because it just like, it puts me in the best mood. Like, I love it. We have Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift. Obviously, thank you, Erin, for saying that because that song is really good. Like I obviously really like Taylor Swift. We saw that in my replay, but her Christmas song really, really, really slaps. So good. My friend Sam, if you're watching this, I'm mentioning you. She said whatever that Kelly Clarkson Christmas song is, and when I tell you I laughed so hard reading that just because of the way she said it. Like, I said favorite Christmas song and she said whatever that Kelly Clarkson Christmas song is. You'd think she would know the name of the song. But it was so funny. I honestly had to look it up because I feel like I knew about it, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna have to text her and ask which one it is because I looked it up and there are like a few. One was like an original, I think, and the other wasn't, so I'll have to ask. We have You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Gwen and Blake Shelton. I love them. Thank you, Caroline, for suggesting that one. I already had it in my playlist because it's the absolute best, like, poppy song. Okay, I won't say best because I have so many favorites, but that one, it honestly also puts me in such a good mood. Like, that one's just, like, constant fun. I don't know. I love it. My friend Gabby said, When Christmas Comes to Town from the Polar Express. And I was waiting, like I said this, I was waiting for a Polar Express answer because I personally love the instrumental song that they have, the Suite from Polar Express. It gets me really hyped too. There's no shame in that. Everybody loves Polar Express, even though they hate it, which I'm kind of that person. So she said When Christmas Comes to Town, which also is a good one. That's the end. I know that was a lot of songs to go through. At the end of like my stories, I'll put a list of what I like. I think I'll end this here. I think this segment of Christmas music has gone on long enough, so I'll end that here. Okay, well, I'm gonna end the vlogmas here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed filming the replay and stuff like that and all the music responses. Follow me on Instagram so you guys can be a part of my next interactive one, I guess. But anyway, see you guys tomorrow for another vlogmas. Only 26. I can't believe I just said that. Only 16 more days till Christmas. I'm embarrassed. On that note, ending it here. See you guys tomorrow.